Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Patrick. I am a husband, a dad, and a human living in New York City, and on this channel we talk about all of it. And today we are finding out whether I am going to love or hate the Beats Fit Pro. So let's get into it. A while ago, I uploaded a video on the Beats Studio Buds, comparing them to my trusty Jabra 75Ts. I loved the way they felt. I didn't love the way they sound. Many of you agreed with me, many of you disagreed with me, and that's okay because every user is going to have a different experience. So I'm still listening to music and podcasts with my Jabra 75Ts, but I wanted to try these Beats Fit Pro headphones because they are an iteration of Beats, which is owned by Apple, of Beats truly wireless headphones. And they're meant to be a little bit more active, and they've got some really great features, much like the Beats Studio Buds. But before we get into some of those features and compare them to my trusty Jabras, let's open the box and see what's inside. The unboxing experience at Apple and Beats is of course phenomenal. You have two strips here that you just, pull away and the Beats just fall out like that. I love that. Then you have this unboxing where you just pull straight up and there are your, a little excited. And there are your Beats, and they come in that very familiar little pill box that we have come to know and love from Beats made by Apple. I'm going to take the headphone box and set it here for a second. First, I want to talk about what else comes in the box. Of course, we're just going to pull this out. It's kind of like unboxing like a wedding ring or something. And right here you have, let's see, a USB-C cable. Now it's USB-C to USB-C. I'm wondering if a lot of people might want a USB-A to USB-C, but I think that they're just embracing USB-C and that's great. And then right behind that USB-C cable, you have all of your documentation. We're not going to get into that documentation per se, but it's there for you. Let me just put this right back here. Put this back here. Put this back on top. And let's close our little ring box. And when I open up this Beats case, you will see the Beats Fit Pro. And you're gonna right away notice some differences. These guys are bigger than the Beats Studio Buds. You pull them out, and they do have these little wing tips here. Now I'm wondering, are these wing tips removable? I don't think they are. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and say strike one. These little wing tips here are meant to fit perfectly in your ear. But what if you have super large ears, super small ears, and these are uncomfortable? I guess Beats is just willing to gamble that this is a pretty universal fit. They've done their research and development, and they're just saying, hey, here's what it is, which is classically an Apple/Beats thing. This product is what it is. You like it, or you love it, or you deal with it. Here you go. I do appreciate that because you always know where you stand with these products. You either like it, love it, or you put up with it because it's something you need, or you can't find anything better. I don't hate that they kind of just say, here's what it is. Now, this case is, of course, kind of magnetized. Am I on the right site? There we go. This case is, of course, magnetized. Magnets! Oh! Where if I get the headphone even close, it just snaps right in. The headphones are really secure, but one thing I noticed right off the bat is that I liked the Beats Studio Buds case. It seemed a little less flimsy. It feels like this top here has been jostled around by someone before it was put into the package. It feels like it could break off at any moment. And that kind of just freaks me out. It scares me. I feel like this is going to break. As a matter of fact, I know it would under my care. See, even now, as I'm just moving my hand, the case is already closing a little bit. I don't like that. On the back of the case here, you're gonna see a little USB charging port, and this is the first difference between my Jabras, my trusty Jabras that I've used for quite some time now, and the Beats Fit Pro and the Beats Studio Buds. This Jabra case is actually a wirelessly charging case. I set it right here on this charger. You see it light up and it begins charging. The Beats Fit Pro and the Beats Studio Buds are not wireless charging cases. Now, I'm sure there's a third party that's come out with a wireless charging case that fits around this or something. I don't know, I haven't searched for that, but surely it's happened. But that's a big drawback for me. Am I always charging these wirelessly or with a cable? No, I actually kind of switch back and forth. But when I have one of these chargers sitting here on my desk and I'm noticing that the battery's really low, well, while I'm working and not using these, I just set it right there, it charges up, and by the time I'm ready to leave my office, these guys are good to go. Here I'm gonna have to find a USB-C cable, and since this is kind of like my YouTube studio, I've got all sorts of drives and all sorts of peripherals and devices using USB-C cables all over the place. I don't wanna have another one for the Beats. Now I know it does come with that USB-C cable, but it's gonna get lost. So wireless charging, not available, available. Point for the Jabras, kind of a detraction for me when it comes to the Beats. Now, since we've already kind of begun to jump into some differences here, let's talk about battery life. The Jabras actually have a longer battery life than the Beats. And I find that to be something that's not a huge selling point for me. Like I said, if I come into my office and I need to charge my headphones, I just set them right here and they charge. But, you know, they wirelessly charge with the Jabra, not with the Beats Fit Pro. However, it does need to be said that these are going to last longer, whether you're listening to music, making phone calls, FaceTiming, whatever. These headphones are going to have a longer battery life than the Beats. And for some people, that is a huge selling point. Now, one other thing I noticed while testing these two devices is that the microphone, when on the phone, is very sensitive with the Jabra headphones, and it's not as sensitive with the Beats. Now, for some of you, this is a huge selling point. You want to be heard, you want your voice to be clear when you're talking. The Beats will work, but the Jabra microphone is much more sensitive. But also be aware that the first few times you talk with a friend using your Jabras, they will ask, oh my gosh, are you in a playground? Are you in a war zone? What is going on? I can hear everything around you.
Hello.
This microphone is really sensitive, sometimes to a fault. Now, it's going to hear your voice clearly, your calls are going to come through clearly, people are going to hear you really, really well, but they're also going to hear everything going on around you. So this could be a huge win for the Jabras, and for some of you, you might find that annoying and you think, I just kind of want to go with a microphone that's a little bit more dull, a little bit more flat, and I'm buying the Beats. Okay, but like, who talks on the phone anyways, right? If it's an emergency, call me, I will screen that call, and then if you call back again immediately without leaving a voicemail, I'll know that I need to talk to you. But other than that, just text me. I mean, who makes phone calls? What we really care about on these headphones is how they sound. Now, one thing I said about the Beats Studio Buds is I loved the way they felt, and I didn't like the way they sounded. It's the exact opposite with the Beats.
Well, well, well. How the turntables.
The Beats Fit Pro sound incredible. I really, really like the way they sound. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't like the way they fit. I feel like, yes, I can get different rubber tips, but I feel like the headphone is like, it's secure, but it feels like it's gonna fall out at any time. As a matter of fact, the second time I put these in, the left headphone just popped right out as I was walking down the sidewalk in New York. You don't want New York sidewalk on your headphones and in your ear. You're gonna get sick, right? So I didn't love the way these felt. I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't right for me. I actually like the way the Jabras fit a little bit better, but I do like the sound of the Beats Fit Pro better than both the Beats Studio Buds and the Jabras. But one thing that's different between the Jabras and the Beats Fit Pro is that the Jabras app has an EQ built into it. Now, what that means is I can actually put the Jabra headphones in, I can open up the app, and I can customize how I want these to sound. That is not something you can do with the Beats Fit Pro. Once again, it's a closed system. This is how they sound, this is what you got, deal with it, love it, or hate it. This is what it is. And again, I kind of like that. You throw the headphones in, it is what it is, but having that customization that I've only used like once or twice with the Jabras has been really fun because I can actually customize the sound to make it sound the way I want. Now, again, I love the sound of the Beats Fit Pro. The Beats Studio Buds did not love the sound, but I don't love the fit of the Beats Fit Pro, love the fit of the Beats Studio Buds, but because there's that contrast between sound and fit when it comes to Beats, I would stick with the Jabras in that case. Even though I like the sound of these a little bit better, the fit and the sound and the customization of the sound in the Jabras makes me really happy. Now, if we're gonna talk about sound between these different headphones, we have to talk about spatial audio. Now, spatial audio is a feature that is exclusive to Beats and Apple headphones. It's amazing. It's this 3D kind of surround sound that as you move, the music moves with you. And if you wanna try this out, you can actually pop in your Beats, go to the Bluetooth section of the settings app on your iPhone or your iPad or wherever, and then tap the I button, the info button beside your Beats headphones, and then test out spatial audio. It's incredible. But here's the catch. Do you listen to music on Spotify? Do you listen to music on Pandora? Well, guess what? Spatial audio is exclusive to Apple Music. So it's a way to kind of bring you in further to the Apple ecosystem. If it's worth it to you, or if you're already using Apple Music, great feature. But I don't miss it that much because I stream most of my music through Spotify and I don't use the Apple Music app. And after testing out spatial audio, it's not something that I'm just dying to get into. It wasn't that much of a benefit for me to switch all my music over to Apple Music, of course. So in this case, I stick with the Jabras, but if you're loving that spatial audio feature and if you already use Apple Music, I mean, Beats are looking pretty good.
Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Todd.
Now we have to talk about the unboxing experience, and I'm talking about the one that happens after you get the product out of the physical box, because you're not done. No one does unboxings like Apple does. From their smallest product all the way up to their largest product, the unboxing experience is fancy. It makes you feel like elegant. It makes you feel special. They draw you into the product before you've even turned the thing on. So when you get these Beats out of the box and you just put them beside your iPad, your iPhone, your Mac, and you just pop open the case, it automatically begins to pair with whatever device you're using. It's so incredibly simple. Now, the Jabras are a bit different. Every other Bluetooth product is a bit different. A lot of times they have like a pairing button or you have to hold something down. So the only thing here is that you're gonna have to read some instructions when you're using another product beyond an Apple or a Beats product. And that's not a drawback for me. I'm fine with that because of all the other benefits that the Jabras give me, I'm sticking with the Jabras. But it can't not be mentioned. The unboxing experience and the pairing experience between this device and whatever device you're using is so elegant, so fun, so futuristic feeling. And it moves between your Apple devices seamlessly. Not so seamless. Jabras and other Bluetooth products, you do have to kind of unpair and pair. And yes, it can pair to two devices at the same time. So whichever one you're playing audio or video from, it will just stream to your Jabra headphones. Not the most seamless thing in the world, but not the least seamless thing in the world. But there is nothing that gets more seamless than using Beats headphones with your Apple products. And it's just super fun to use. While you're using both of these headphones, they have what's called active noise canceling. I mean, you're not gonna hear anything outside of the headphones unless it's really, really loud. But one thing that the Jabras don't do that the Beats headphones do is give you notifications. Now, this can sometimes be really, really annoying. But very softly, as your music or as your podcasts are playing, or if you're watching a video, when a notification comes through your phone, you will be told by the Beats, hey, listen, your buddy wants you to know this. They sent it through Slack. I'm gonna stay on for a minute, and you can use Siri to respond to them or whatever, or you can just keep listening to your music. Now, again, it can get kind of annoying when you're using Apple or Beats headphones and those notifications are coming through a lot. But if you're pushing a stroller like me, or if you're driving and you're just getting those, well, actually, you shouldn't be using headphones when driving. Right. If you're pushing a stroller like me and you get one of those notifications that comes through where you don't have to, touch anything or get your hands out of those, mittens when you're cold or whatever, love that feature. Notifications can get annoying, but it is really super helpful when you need it. And the Jabras simply just don't do that. Finally, we have to talk about price.
Treat yourself 2011.
Now, as I've moved through these features, clearly I lean more towards the Jabras because they are feature rich. They do everything I want them to do. They have some features like better battery life and wireless charging that the Beats simply don't have. But when you look at the price, you're literally looking at about a $100 disparity. You're gonna spend about $100, a little over $100 if you buy brand new, the Jabras, and the Beats out of the box are $200. And sometimes I look at that price tag that they're putting on the Beats headphones and I'm going, why? Why? Why are they that expensive? They shouldn't be. But they are. So if you love the Apple ecosystem, if you love having those notifications, if you love having the ability to seamlessly move between Apple devices without pushing a ton of buttons, if you don't need wireless charging, if you don't need the longest battery life, I mean, by all means, stick with the Beats. But when you look at that price tag and you're thinking $100, $200, to me, it's not worth it to move to these guys. Yes, I loved the sound. Yes, I love the fact that it seamlessly pairs with my Apple devices, but I don't need all that as much as I need to save cash and stick with my Jabras, which I really, really like. So for me, it's the Jabra 75T. And as they come out with more headphones like this, Jabra I mean, they're going to become better and more feature rich. And it seems like even though the Beats are a great product, they're a little bit behind. In classic Apple fashion, they wait for other companies to release features and then they decide which ones they want to add to their products. So let me know, is there a feature that I missed today? Is there a feature that you love about your Beats? Is there something you want to know about these Beat headphones? Down in the comments. Let me know. And then like this video, subscribe to this video, and I will see you in the next one.